Hey and welcome back to another Darkfall tutorial. In today's video we're going to be doing two things. The first is going to be selective color, so we can change one color to something else. And the second thing is going to be the Sin City effect. So this effect can be done in the node editor and also the video sequence editor. I'm just going to use the video sequence editor since it's a little more easier to work with. But again, you can use whatever you want. Okay, so first thing we want to do is Shift A and add in our movie clip. It's just a few coloured pencils that I'm working with, and we want to change one of these colours to something else. The first thing I can do is just delete this audio since I don't need it, and then select the movie clip. And then if we go down, you can close these if you want, so you've got some more space. So what we want to do is add a new modifier. So under modifiers, add modifier strip, and we want to give this a hue correct. Okay, so this is what it looks like, and by default it starts you off in the saturation channel, and what we want to do is change it to the hue channel, because we only want to change the colour. So let's say this yellow colour here, let's drag this point up. So the more we remove this point, the different colours we'll get. But the trouble you'll find is it's a curve, and it can change other colours around it. So just zoom in a little bit more. And if we hit Control and then left click, we can add a new point. And what we want to do is sort of limit the colour. So I'll go into more detail in a minute when we do the Sin City one, but that's essentially how it works. So now we can go ahead and add in our second movie clip, and this is going to be the Sin City effect. And by the way, I downloaded this movie clip from a website that shares stock videos for free, so I'll throw a link in the description, you can go ahead and check that out. Okay, so now we've set the end frame. If we look at this colour here of the umbrella, this is at the end frame. If we jump to the first frame, we can see it's a completely different colour, so that might give you some trouble when you're doing this effect, so keep that in mind as you're doing it, depending on what movie clip you're working with. Okay, so jump to the end frame and we'll work with this one. So we're going to scroll down and go to modifiers. We just want to add a hue correct. And we can stay in the saturation channel like it is at default, we don't need to change that. Look around and we see there's not many different colours on here, so it won't show up as much, but we just want to drag all these other colours away. We want to keep the red where it is, but drag all the other points down to the bottom to desaturate the image. So if we look around the image, there's hardly anything that will sort of stand out, maybe the greens and blues. So we drag all these down, you might start noticing a difference, especially there. We drag this one down because it's quite blue. Maybe this one, there we go. So now they're down. There's one more channel we need to drag down, which is the yellow. But as we do that, if you notice, the red also gets faded. And if we zoom in a little bit more, try and show you, it's because it's curved. And again, like before, we need to sort of limit it to just the red channel. So I'm just going to move this over here to the yellow or the orange. If we hit Control and left click, we can add a point. And again, like before, we just want to try and make this as straight as we can. So I'm trying to zoom in a bit more so you can see. I'm not sure how well this will show up on YouTube, but we can see the yellow here. We need to sort of restrict this to just the red. So the more we drag this over into the oranges, the more this yellow colour on the floor will go away. And it's the same with any colour that you're trying to get rid of. You just want to limit it to the colour that you just want to keep, which is the red in this case. Same thing on over here, since it's a red colour, it's got darker reds at the beginning. We want to make sure this does the same thing. So just Control and click, add a point, try and limit it to the colour that we want to keep. So as you can see, there's not really any purples in the scene, so you don't really notice it, but if there was, it would stand out even more. So then you can go ahead and add a few other nodes. And then when you're ready, go ahead and set the file output. Also set the file type. I use H.264 since it gives me the best result. Also make sure you enable the encoding, the audio codec. I use MP3, but since I haven't got any audio, it doesn't really matter for my situation. So then you can go ahead and and render it out. So hopefully this tutorial helped. If it did, be sure to give it a like, and as always, thanks for watching.